What's up there, people? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Listen, Chelsea won. No one. Yeah, disappointing. Disappointing. Nah, not really. It's not disappointing. Listen, watching the game was absolutely brilliant. I predicted. I didn't quite watch the game because I was in church, but I was following the game from everything that was going on, and I watched the highlight as well to see everything. I was following the stats and whatever in regards to the game, and I had a Chelsea group chat that that they were filling me in about the game as well. So in terms of performance, so basically everything I'm gonna be telling you today, is from the highlight plus the review of most of my Chelsea lap. So in terms of the game, I'm going to be giving you four things I learned from the game. But in terms of the game overall, the game itself wasn't bad. We know Caicedo got a red card, right? And that kind of, as everyone expected, will put Chelsea on the back foot, but it pretty much didn't, right? And I'll come to all of that in a minute when I'm giving you the four things I learned. But the game basically ended 1-1 at home, and we did what we were supposed to do, right? I said we cannot lose, right? If you watch my preview for the game, I said we cannot lose this game, right? And we didn't. Right now, we didn't get the result we would definitely wanted or we should have gotten, right? I know many people say, if we didn't get the red card, we could have won the game. And I think I do believe that watching the highlight and what I saw and what I also hear in regards to the game, if we didn't get that red card, right? Which, by the way, I don't 2 weeks ago or a week ago, we played Spurs and that same, almost similar challenge on regime, a red card for that, right? But this one is Chelsea's Anthony Taylor, right? Obviously, he's gonna get a, what's it called, a record. And if we didn't get that red card, and I agree with everyone, we definitely would have won this game because we were taking the business to Arsenal. We were giving Arsenal the business. We could have definitely humbled Arsenal in this game. This thing, everybody was talking about Caicedo versus Declan Rice, right? We get to all of that in a minute. Let's not delay. Let's get into 14 we've learned. Number one, Maresca, right? I said Maresca because if you know, I talk about Maresca as what's it called? I say Maresca is a young manager in terms of his experience. He doesn't really have that much experience. Everything he's new to it. First time in the Champions League. First time playing at the highest level. He was at Man City. Now, he left from Man City, went to Leicester. Leicester City. He came from Leicester City from the Championship. Now, to Chelsea, right? So that's a pretty big jump. So now we all know we had to be patient. We didn't expect a miracle, but we also demand so much from our club because we know what level we should be at and what we should be doing. So bringing Maresca at the first place, none of us thought was a good idea. But obviously the owners thought otherwise, and they was trying to build something. And the reason why I call Maresca as number one is because the last time we got a record against Man United, right? We saw Maresca inexperience in our shows, right? We saw his inexperience of instantly he panicked, right? We were away, we were even at home. He panicked and he started to make substitution that he shouldn't be even making in the first place. But then that happened, and he talked about how he's learning as much as the players are learning as well. And he was right, and he was spot on that because, like I said, he's an inexperienced manager. Like, he's learning his way and he's growing as well. And I told most of my friends, and I said, like, Maresca is learning as much as the players learning. So we talk about an inexperienced squad. It's not just the players. The staff themselves are inexperienced, right? Because most of the coaching staff at Chelsea right now that works under Maresca, most of them, this is their first proper gig, right? It's not like they've been doing this for a minute. Right? Maybe they came from Leicester City and then at the highest level, this is their first proper gig. So we have to be patient. But today, when we went down 1-man, right? That's like the way we set up was absolutely brilliant. Not just that, but then we went down 1-man and it's like he didn't panic. Where we start to see a little bit of an improvement on Maresca end, right? We talk about consistency from players, but now I'm seeing consistency from Maresca as well. And in regards to that, I think I have to give him his props because everybody knows if Maresca doesn't do it well, I'm coming out here and I'm letting you know, and I want the head of Maresca, right? But he's getting it right? Today, the way we set up, we made Arsenal look like, an average team, right? We were on them. Now, I'm not saying Arsenal was absolutely terrible. No, we play against Barcelona. We make Barcelona look average. We play against Liverpool. We did the same thing to them. So we're seeing some sort of a consistency from Maresca here. Now, the only problem we all had was in terms of dealing with low block team. But now we're seeing a little bit of improvement as well. So not just from the players we see improvement. From Maresca, we also see improvement. And that's something, I should applaud. So he's getting that spot on, and absolutely that the substitution that was made in the game, everything was spot on. Bringing players with energy, Garnacho coming in, Delap coming in, and I think all of those were absolutely spot on. He didn't panic, he kept it cool, and we were able to do what we're supposed to do. Now, it's unlucky that we didn't get to leave that game with a win, right? Maresca, I said, Arsenal got away with one, right? Number two, the team spirit, right? If you watch my preview, I talk about the confidence in the current Chelsea squad, right? It's not just, in the squad, it's also in the fan base. If you watch us, every single Chelsea fan right now, we also moving nuts, yeah? In terms of confidence, we hitting the roof. We saying mad things, things that we weren't saying 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, I remember that my friend was an Arsenal fan. I was in college by then. He was trying to bet me when Arsenal and Chelsea was about to play. We lost that game 5-0, right? And he was like, we should bet or something like that. And I didn't even say a word in terms of saying, oh, okay, bring it on, it's on. And I know me. Everybody know me. I yap about Chelsea at that time. But this time around, I feel the confidence is not just, in the team. It's also with the fan base as well. And when I say team spirit, like I said, the confidence is there. It's not just the confidence, but they are playing for one another. If you watch that Chalobah goal, right, after the goal, the celebration, right, I saw somebody like Pedro Neto, as if Pedro Neto scored. You look at Reece James, you will feel like Reece James is the one that just scored, not just him. Every single one that was on the pitch, Garnacho, who was it? Fofana running, everybody moving nuts, right? It's like that team spirit is currently there in the squad, and because of that, they play for one another, they trust one another, they lean on one another, and they move together. And that's something because going down one man, especially losing somebody as crucial to our style of play in Caicedo, losing him and then having to deal with the rest of the game for like 60 minutes or 65 minutes, whatever it was, to play Arsenal that long. It's not just like we went down against Burnley, we went down against Fulham or Leeds or one of them people. We went down like one man against Arsenal and we still look good, right? As much as I can credit Maresca for that, I also credit the players, right? You have to give them that props. Because Malo Gusto, Cucurella, Chalobah, and Fofana, every one of them, you saw them together. Even those that doesn't get a play on the bench, you can also see that team spirit from them. And that's something, like I have to compliment. And let's see, I have another video coming your way very soon that's going to talk about why I think Chelsea will dominate world football in the next 5 to 10 years, right? Why I think that. But I gotta give them their props. Kudos to them. Number three, Chalobah. Listen, this man wasn't wanted at the club. We sent him to Crystal Palace last season. We brought him back. He showed something. He won 2 different trophies with us. The Conference League and the Club World Cup. He played in both final as well. And it's not just that every big game we rely on him. And he's been our most reliable center back. When I say reliable, in terms of injuries, since he came back, I don't think he have gone off injury for that long. Fofana have been, or Colwill have been, and I mentioned these two because by far they are our best center back pairing. But now the partnership that he's building with Fofana as well he's making a case for himself that if Colwill get to come back, is it him that is going to be being paired with Colwill? Is it Fofana, right? That, now he's making a case for himself, and credit to Maresca again for that. And that kind of put where Chelsea are at this point. So it's like we having so many good players. Somebody says something that the current squad that Chelsea have, almost everybody deserves to be playing in the Premier League, right? And rightfully so. So that kind of give Maresca a headache in terms of lineup. But Chalobah, right, what he's doing, the consistency he's picking up, right? When he make mistakes, we all yell at him, we all say stuff. But when he's on his day, I think we should also give him a props. Like I said, he and Fofana, the partnership they're building, right now they've been consistent, they've been reliable, right, for us. And I think as for now, they are our best center back pairing. I don't see anything different than that, right? So I will give the man his props. Jehovah's son. Yeah. Number 4, James. Rich James, playing in midfield, right? When he started playing in midfield, every single one of us hated it. And I feel like the reason why we didn't like it, right? Because we were losing. It wasn't working, right? Now, Maresca had an idea he was trying to implement. At the time, the idea was not working. And we know Rich James as our best fullback, right? He is our best right back. When he is fit and on it, he is the best in the world, right? Or arguably the best in the world. Let's say it like that. Right, somebody can make the case for Hakimi and other people and out there. But if he's, 100% fit, he is the best in the world. Everybody knows that. And seeing it in midfield at the time, and it's not working out, and all of that little stuff going on. So it's like, we getting frustrated because you can play this man as a fullback, and we will be balanced and everything will go as we want it to go. But now watching him play in that midfield, especially against that Arsenal midfield, with one man down in Caicedo and with the display that he put out, kudos to him. If I say he's the best fullback in the world, right? Fullback, full, F-U-L, if he can spell full meaning like complete, yeah, him. It's not just we don't just say fullback for it because he play as a right back. No. Full back because the man is complete. Watching him play in that midfield, like I said, I watched the highlight, right? Bits and pieces of the game. All these little clips that they post about players, 5 minutes of Rich James versus Arsenal and all of that. I watched it. The display that this man put, right, against Declan Rice or what's his name? Zubimendi. The Arsenal midfield. Yeah, he deserves his props. And again, kudos to Maresca. I will say again, kudos to Maresca. I think it's about time we stop complaining. When I say we, I'm talking about me, number 1, because I've been on Maresca back. Seeing that display, it worked against PSG, it worked against Barcelona. Now, against Arsenal, in the absence of Caicedo, he's still performing that way. Now, we can't necessarily complain. At this point, Chelsea should go ahead and sign another fullback in replacement of Rich James because we're moving him to the midfield at this point. But absolutely brilliant display from him, right? And again, I said 14 was lame, but I have to give credit to the owners as well, right? When it all started, I, number 1, hated every single thing they were doing. It's like we were running a daycare at Cobham. But now it's like we're running a flipping university, bro. A flipping college. That's what we're doing. Because we're doing the business. No, now it's no longer a kindergarten or daycare center. Now it's like a flipping college because the performance they put in, right? PhD level performance that this lot put in, and the owner stuck to their guns, their guns, and they what the plans that they had, and now we are where we are. We can look at Chelsea and say, okay, we're proud, and we can look at Chelsea and say, okay, yes, I think we're back at where we were 2021, 2022 with Tuchel and all of that people and all of them, right? And we can be able to say we are competing again, right? We play against Arsenal, we don't look weak. We play against PSG, we show strength. We play against Liverpool, we show strength, right? Jimmy Carragher was talking something about, we cannot say we're champion of the world because we haven't played. Now we managed to play almost all of the best team in the world. In Barcelona, in PSG, Liverpool, and we're showing strength against each and every one of them. At this point, let's say, the trophy doesn't do it. The trophy alone does not do it. We have the trophy to say we are the best team in the world, and we have the performance to be able to back that up. So kudos to the owners, kudos to Maresca, kudos to the team. I appreciate every single one of them listed. Kudos to us Chelsea fans. We've been through a lot, we've been going through it, but we stuck with our team as well. So let me know your thoughts down below. Everything we discuss, yeah, much appreciated. Like I said, I'm bringing another video your way, hopefully tomorrow, about what I think Chelsea will dominate world football in the next 5 to 10 years. Thank you very much. See you later. Cheers.